Oh wait, we're not gonna record me. It's obviously. Hey there, guys! Welcome to something interesting. I'm Chaos Maelstrom.
I'm Cam Barkfire 4.
Oh, fuck, our faces are good and put it out there.
Well, no, I mean, I can do something with that, but anyway, we're trying something very interesting today. We're going to Disney World! Ow. Yeah, we are on our way right now. We will start recording again once we get into the general area, but I'll let you guys know right now, it's not going to be entirely recorded on my phone. I have a GoPro, so this is going to seem a little different than usual. And also, you probably can't see my face right now because I have something over it.
My face is completely exposed now because I don't give a shit about privacy. What about you? Is that your real face? I can't tell. I'm not watching the video in post. I'm watching it while it's being recorded.
It's probably not.
Oh, okay, that's disappointing.
All right, well, anyway, we will see you guys when we get a bit closer to the park. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Okay.
Do outros.
Well, this isn't an outro. This is still in the middle of the video.
All right, guys, here it comes. We're coming up to the gate.
We're coming up to the gate.
The gate of Walt Disney World.
Michael, we're coming up on the gate.
Coming up on the gate?
We're coming up on the gate.
We're coming up on the gate.
We're coming up on the gate.
The gate.
We're gate.
The gate.
The gate.
Gate.
The gate.
Gate.
Stop that. I'm the crazy one here.
Well, I know, but it's just that we're about to go through the gate.
The gate?
Yeah, okay. When we go through, everybody cheer as loud as you can.
As loud as I can? This close with me this close to the mic?
Yes. And...
Woo!
Wrong park! And...
More gates!
No, the magic is gone.
Is
Oh,
it?
Hello, little Karibo.
But wait! It's a giant dirt mound!
I love how you go through the gates of Disney World and this is the first fucking thing you see.
It's a giant dirt mound!
And
All the pioneers used to drive those for miles!
And we're done recording.
Here we are. We have made it to the animal kingdom. It's the kingdom of animals, in case it wasn't obvious. Animal Kingdom, the kingdom of animals. That is its new title. And as the way it shall be for now until the end of time. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have to celebrate the most celebrated of animals in the world today, dinosaurs. The best dinosaur-themed attraction ever created. Its name? Dinosaur. Wait, what was that? What? What?
Are you recording with
The
your phone
Jurassic
while
Park
you're
Visitor Center is better.
You're not supposed to say that in this park or else. I'd just like to say there are no T-Rexes on this ride.
I mean, that's a lie. And I'm not calling for that a second time.
I'm telling the truth actually this time. There's no T-Rex on this ride.
Okay, Sean, there are no T-Rexes on this ride.
This is secret.
I have a good hold on it, don't worry.
Grab the iguanodon and get out when the halfway hits. Let's roll.
Better hold on with both hands, Sean.
We'll be fine, don't worry. Oh, jeez. Hello, time travel.
Yeah, let's go get that dino. Computer, what are you tracking?
The Styracosaurus.
Not our dino.
I don't think I'm going to be able to record anything anyway.
Meteor shower in range.
Just little one.
Oleolamus.
Nope.
Hadrosaur. Raptor.
Time to get serious. Want the autopilot on homing signal? Now! Hang on! I'm tracking a big dino on the scope. Could be ours. Computer, full stop. Identify.
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino.
It's a Carnosaurus, not a Tyrannosaurus.
Another big guy coming up. Computer. Slow and identify.
Sauropod.
Still not our dino, but at least this one's a vegetarian.
Asteroid impact in 90 seconds.
We better move it.
Pterodactyl.
Incoming!
Asteroid impact in 60 seconds.
We can't stop now. Keep going, keep going.
Compsognathus.
Contact neighbors, oh no.
Computer, what's happening?
Loss of traction.
All-wheel drive, move it!
Woo!
Warning, meteor strike.
Evasive maneuver! Left! Right! Left! Right! That was close. Computer, now what?
Carnotaurus.
That's it! Abort mission! Abort! Abort!
Iguanodon.
Get it! Get them out now! Place yourself! They're not gonna make it! They're not gonna make it! You made it! I knew you would, and guess who made it back with you? I better find him before security does. Thanks for everything!
Oh no, no wonder it wasn't working. The inner camera was on. No! I wonder what. Oh God, no!
You want to go in?
All right. Hello, everybody. We are going on Kilimanjaro Safaris. Isn't it great?
It's wonderful.
All right. Of course, gonna edit these so we don't.
That you remain completely seated at
We keep
all
the best
times.
parts,
Do not
so
lean
don't worry
outside
about
the
it.
truck.
Okay.
We're going over some rough brush. Some of the bushes have long thorns.
All right.
But
You ready to
as we
see
say
some
here,
animals?
up
I'm
into it,
always ready to
which
see
means
animals.
Let's go.
Bye, people. I don't know.
Everybody, hi. My name is Kristen. I'm going to be your safari guide for this journey out through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. We're going to get started right away, heading deep into the Little Isuri Forest. And if you look out to the right, on the far side of the hill in the bushes, you might see a head sticking out. It looks like there's an okapi over there. Okapi are kind of reclusive animals. They're very, very shy. They were not first discovered by the Western world until about 1901, which is pretty recent. Of course, it didn't help that nobody really believed them when they told people what they found. They came in telling people they found this tall, dark brown animal with the legs of a zebra and the head of a giraffe. Everyone thought they were joking. They weren't. It's the okapi, only living relative of the giraffe because of the shape of their heads. Towards the front left corner of the truck, up on top of the hill, gonna be on the right-hand side of the road. You might see some ears sticking out of the bushes. These tall, light-tanned antelope are greater kudu. Second tallest antelope in Africa. Boys stand about 5 feet tall at the shoulder. Girls, the ones up on the hill to the right, are a little bit smaller. Much larger is the black rhino on top of the hill to the left.
Look at the rhino.
There's another one towards the front left of the truck that I think we can
It's him.
get a
It's
little bit
Rhinoceros.
head around. Even from this distance, you can see they are quite large. Black rhino weigh up to 3,000 pounds. They're full growth. Oh, up on the hill to the left, the orange-colored antelope are bongos, also known as the ghosts of the forest. They love to stay hidden away in the densely vegetated areas. Both male and female bongos will grow back swept horns. It helps them get through the dense vegetation they call home. I'm starting to think it might be time for us to head out of all this dense forest. Sure enough, to the left, there's a couple of them under the water. I think we get a better view on the other side of the island. On top of the island, the big gray-white birds, pink-back pelicans. Get the name because during mating season, their back turns a light pink color. I know, it's the hippos spinning around in the water towards the front left of the truck. It's probably more exciting.
Yeah, I saw.
I see.
Oh.
They are considered nocturnal animals. They typically spend most of their day just kind of sleeping in the water. They usually climb out of the river at nighttime when it's a little cooler to eat food. Each hippo eats between 80 and 90 pounds of grass a night. But I am much more worried about what the next animal's eating. We're about to drive over a really rickety bridge. As we do, if you look to the left, those are Nile crocodile. And they will snap the bones of their prey with their powerful jaws that have a crushing force of over 2,000 pounds per square inch.
They get to jump into the crocodile pen.
Larger than themselves, like zebra and wildebeest. But by larger, I do mean bigger or taller, not necessarily longer. From the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, those crocodile average about 16 feet long. So we are headed away from those rivers out towards a completely different ecosystem with completely different animals, the Serengeti grasslands. Already, you're going to start seeing some animals out here. Coming up on the right, there's some warden vehicles. If you look past the trucks, in between the tree line, you might see some gray animals in the distance. It looks like there are some wildebeest sleeping in the shade out there. I'd like to get a little closer, so we're going to loop around this clearing, see if we can get back to them. There's a few other animals out in the distance to the right that I'd like to get closer to as well. But as we loop around to get closer to the animals on the right, on the left, we are approaching one of the edges of the reserve. You might see some fences between the tall bushes. I still recommend keeping an eye out past the fence line. We've been hearing rumors of African wild dogs roaming around near the edge of our reserve, and it looks like there's a pack of them at the base of the rock wall out to the left in the distance in the shade.
See the 2 bushes
stretched out in between the tufts of grass.
the rocks. You see them?
Yeah,
Dogs?
over there.
Wild hyenas.
These dogs are going to look a lot like domestic dogs you'd be used to. They're only loosely related. Hey buddy, have a seat for me, either on a lap or on a bench. Thank you. I know this is all really, really exciting, but we are on a moving vehicle that I might need to start or stop very suddenly, so I do need everyone back there to stay seated, either on a lap or on a bench at all times. Thank you. Also, those dogs are the most successful hunters of mammals in Africa. They beat all of the large cats, hyenas, and other predators for the title, because not only will they hunt as a pack, coordinating and communicating with one another, they will chase their prey until their prey drops from exhaustion, which is kind of terrifying. So we're going to head away from the dogs and hang out with the nice grass-eating animals, like the eland out to the left under the bushes instead. Eland are the tallest of African antelope. At their full growth, they can stand up to 6 feet tall at the shoulder. Pretty good jumpers, too. They could jump 6 to 8 feet forward from a standstill. Imagine jumping your own height. That gets a little bit more impressive when I tell you the one we were looking at is female. The boys are a little bit larger around the middle. They can weigh up to 2,000 pounds while they're jumping their own height. Wow. Also impressive are the Ankoli cattle out there to the left. Those horns of theirs average about 3 to 4 feet in length, but the really cool part is not necessarily the length of the horn. It's the fact that it's not solid bone. Inside of these horns is honeycomb shaped, which allows blood to circulate through the horn. When it gets up there, it's going to release heat, which helps keep these animals cooler. It's kind of like carrying around your own personal air conditioning unit up on top of your head. That's still not something I recommend.
Well, I'm glad this GoPro doesn't have smell-o-vision.
Over to the right, there's a few more wildebeest by the tree line, but the teeny tiny light tan antelope by the tree in the middle of the grasses to the right, those are springbok. And that's as big as they get. They only reach about 3 feet tall. They weigh no more than 100 pounds. They'll jump 6 feet in the air repeatedly when frightened. They literally spring from place to place. It's kind of fun. They can also jump 10 to 11.5 feet forward in a single bound, which is impressive because when they jump, all 4 of their little towards Monkey Point next. Monkey Point gets its name for a group of mandrills that have taken up residence at the abandoned camp that's on the other side of the large rocks out to the left. Mandrills are incredibly social amongst themselves, but they are very, very shy to outsiders. So we are going to be looking for motion. If you see one, there's probably more nearby. A couple more springbok out to the right, past the warden's vehicle. I'd like to try and find some mandrills. Let's take a look. Now, if you do not feel like looking for monkeys on the left, I wouldn't blame you. There is also an adult male elephant coming up on the right. He is a lot larger. He's a lot easier to see. So if you want to just keep looking at him, that's absolutely fine.
That's an actual African elephant up ahead.
But there are some mandrills out to the left, up on top of the rocks, in between the broken tree branches. Mandrills are some of the largest of the monkey species. You can see that's not saying much. Adult males only weigh about 100 pounds. Females like these ones max out at about 35 pounds at the most. Yeah, the adult male elephant is still much larger. We know that this is an adult male elephant for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason being I don't see any other elephants in the area. Adult males are the only ones that wander off on their own like this. Females always stay in herds with the young ones up to the age of about 13. Once they reach 13, they're considered an adult. I thought I saw the truck in front of us trying this other road. It's kind of looping around the same general direction I want. So I think we'll try it too.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, it's alright. You all wanted to go
Are you
on
seriously
safari
on your
anyway,
phone
so
right
we'll
now?
have an adventure. It's something fun to look at
Oh, right.
out here, I'm absolutely sure. Oh,
Forgot about photos.
we found a bridge. It held the truck in front of us, so we're gonna go for it. But this bridge is looking kind of beat up. So we're gonna go very carefully. And poly-poly. Oh, poly-poly means very slowly. It's just to make sure that it pulls us. Feel free to cross your fingers or hold on tight. That sure is groaning. Lean to the right, lean to the right.
Okay. It's bad.
Hold together, bridge.
That's not good.
Hold together.
Oh.
Made it. Alright, let's find out where our detour is taking us off to, because I don't know about you. I do not want to go back over that bridge. Looks like we're headed through some red clay. I am seeing some pretty good signs. I see tusk marks, the clay on both sides of the truck. I see tracks leading out to the left, and it looks like a few more elephants. It looks like we found elephant country again after all. Let's see if we can get some clearer views on the other side of the hill. Unfortunately, biggest threats to the elephants are still people. Still being hunted for their ivory tusks. They also face habitat loss due to mining going on out in the Congo. Miners are looking for an ore called coltan, used in electronics like cell phones, laptops, tablets, things like that. So if you want to help out the elephants, like the herd out to the left, please feel free to recycle electronics when you're finished with them. That's going to reduce the need for the ores. It helps these elephants keep their habitat. Oh, and it's not just a herd. It's a family group. Out to the left, there's the elephant standing sideways to us. Under its legs, you might need to look through the burlap. There's a tiny one curled up.
Oh.
Taking a nap.
Your baby
Based on the
elephant.
size, the littlest one that's laying down out there is probably between 1.5 years to about 2 years old. They weigh about 300 pounds when they're born. I know, it doesn't look like it's over 300 pounds, but that's because the other elephants out there are huge. We are pretty excited to have a young elephant on our reserve. We've been waiting a really long time. It was a much anticipated birth. I say that because females are pregnant for up to 22 months before they give birth. We've been waiting just under 2 years to first see the little one. There's also a flamboyance out to the left that is a group of flamingos. These are greater flamingos, the largest and lightest pink of the flamingo species. Well, not the little gray white birds. Those are ibis. That's a different bird. The flamingos also start out gray. They turn pink as they get older because mostly they're eating tiny brine shrimp. Brine shrimp is high in something called beta-carotene. That's a pigment that eventually turns them pink. It just takes a while to get through their system. Years in between the trees, there are white rhino up there. They are much larger than the black rhino. They weigh between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds at their full growth. I personally would like to get some clearer views, so I think we're going to keep heading around. We will see if we can catch up with them on the other side of this hill as well. They do tend to stay in larger groups. The white rhino, they're a little bit more social than the black rhino. The group of rhino is known as a crash, so let's try and get some better views of the crash out to the right. But they're most likely hiding out because of the cheetah that's in the grasses to the left. All the way to the left-hand side of the clearing by the skinny white trees, there is a cheetah staring at us out there.
How beautiful.
Hi, kitty. Hey, kitty.
Meow. Meow.
The cheetah have been causing a lot of trouble in Namibia hunting livestock. The farmers out there have been hunting the cheetah to protect their livestock. That is not a good solution. Cheetah are endangered. So our reserve supports training programs to train really large dogs called Anatolian Shepherds and Kengal dogs. The dogs are huge. They scare the cheetah away from the livestock without endangering the cat, saving its life. I think it's kind of neat. It's the dogs saving the cats out there. Of course, the cheetah are a little strange for large cats. They're not considered large cats by many. They're the only large cat known to purr. They've also been known to chirp. I think it's funny to hear cats chirping like birds. We've looped around the hill, so let's see if we can find a few more of those white rhino on the hill to the right. Yeah, there they are, in between the trees.
Ooh. Oh, rhinos.
You may have noticed I keep calling these rhino white rhino. They're not actually the color white, especially compared to the zebra coming up on the right. It's a funny story. Rhino got their name from a miscommunication.
Zebra.
The native Dutch settlers in Africa called them white rhino. White being the Afrikaans word for wide. They were talking about the wide square mouths those animals have as opposed to the triangular shaped mouth the black rhino has. English settlers came in, heard them saying white rhino. Thought they were saying white rhino, the name stuck. But now officially the white rhino for no particular reason at all. As we loop around to get back to the zebra on the right, out to the left, near the tree that's in the middle of the clearing, it's just to the right of the tree at the edge of the hill, there's a warthog sleeping out there. You can see its tusk sticking up. If the warthogs are feeling threatened, they back into a burrow with tusks facing outward. You never, ever disturb a warthog backed into a burrow. Their tusks are very, very sharp. They are not afraid to use them. They've been known to back down lions. Think about the size difference, it's pretty impressive.
Also, don't call them pigs.
They call me Mr. Pig!
Biggest question I always get with zebras, are they black with white or white with black? Unfortunately, it's a little hard to tell from this angle. It's the noses for this particular type that give it away. Unfortunately, this is going to bring us to the end of our safari. Time flies when you're having fun. I know I had a blast driving you all around through Africa. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves as well, because this does mean it's good to bring you back to the closest warden station and drop you on that. Don't worry. From there, it is a really short walk back to the Harambe. It sounds like we are pretty close to the village.
Oh, we didn't get to see the lions this time.
I'm sorry. Maybe next time.
Well, before I let you go, for any wilderness explorers on board my truck today you've all been riding aboard the Simba 1. That's Simba, the Swahili word for lion. S-I-M-B-A and the number 1.